Eh? Excuse me, what? Ah. I see. Oke. Long time no see. Bentar. I guess it's better. Long time no see. Now you can see me. Though you can't really see me. Yeah, this is me. There is so much happen lately. Jadi aku nggak bisa stream. Bukan nggak bisa, ya nggak bisa stream. And salah satunya ya, I've been cooking this for like I don't know, a month. No, it's not. It's more than a month. Not the effective time though. I like pause and not touching the project for weeks. Ini sebenarnya belum 100% selesai sih. Ya tapi daripada nunggu selesai ya kan, aku pengen stream lagi. Jadi pakai seadanya dulu. Kok gelap bang? Iya, masih dimatiin lampunya. Masih belum bercahaya. Oh, enggak, no. Oke, jadi halo, empty room. This is empty though, yeah, this is empty. So here we go again. Ya. Jadi agenda hari ini aku mau bermain story, ngelanjutin stories sambil pamer wajah. Nanti aku akan pamer wajahku, oke? Pamer wajah dan fisik saya. Sheesh. Jadi agendanya oke. Aku lupa belum. Oh iya, 谢谢. Aku lupa belum ganti bahasanya. Kenapa aku pakai bahasa Jepang? Bahasa Cina. Bahasa Cina karena ya. Oh, masih lanjutin yang kemarin. Kemarin yang tadi. Kenapa kok saya pakai China? Ya karena aku pengen bisa Cina gitu.
Aglaya, what happened here?
Okay, for context, akhir-akhir ini aku kan speedrun, gak speedrun sih, aku niatnya speedrun quest biar bisa unlock domain artifact yang terbaru. Cuma oleh karena itu saya nggak follow up ceritanya dengan baik. Saya nggak bisa memahami ceritanya dengan baik, meskipun saya memperhatikan juga kayaknya nggak paham deh, emang otak yang terbatas. That said, let's go. Aglaya, what happened
I know
here?
about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
Skill issue. Wait, am I taking too much space? No. Yes. No, I don't care. Yeah, it's my stream now. It's my space. All you see must be me. Keep your eyes on me. Ooh. Wait. Hello. Yoink.
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments.
What is eloquence?
I have been a demigod for far too long, that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites, no longer capable of relating to the people.
Aksen dia kok kayak unik ya? Aksen apa ya?
This has come a lot sooner than I expected.
Kobelot.
But perhaps it is time. I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
Yes, this is my duty, but
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of lances.
Lances? Lances like pole arm, tombak. Using words is wait. It's no more than ruse to distribute power using words. Oh ya benar kayaknya.
There is no glory in winning this debate.
Glory,
But that makes having
glory.
respect for humans so much more priceless. Finan, you are a Chrysos heir without flaw, capable of relating deeply with humans.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya.
Ini might berjalan
I hope
guys.
we'll live up to your expectations and win this debate.
No.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to nearly 1,000 cities, each with their own local faith, while gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans. Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Kephali's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat with no way. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you.
What
Would
is
you
it?
rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice. Now, which of the two would lead mortals to an ideal future?
Me. What is Era Nova and what is Era Chrysia in the first place? No hesitation, I said, but oh my god. I don't know. Salvation, the God promise.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
Let the three titans of calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again.
Aku barusan nggak belajar juga sih, kayak lihat-lihat apa mitologi.
Know that the Council
Zeus
of
itu apa, Greek ya?
Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side.
Nggak tahu lah, pokoknya Zeus kayak Maidimos
Anaxagoras,
tuh Zeus,
one of the Grove's 7 sages.
mirip-mirip aja sih.
And Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death. With the help of these
Terus
two
ini referensinya
heroes,
apa ya?
I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia will exist once more.
Oh buset. berlawanan mereka bertiga nih.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs? They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't
Civil
fit
War,
to speak
Civil War.
on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am in favor of Era Chrysia.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia! Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
You finally arrived, Naxa. So have you.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally do? Tell me, dear citizens, if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era when all beings live forever. We'll usher in a new future that will be entirely different from the flame chase journey.
Your proposal is much too idealistic.
Fervently,
As
but
long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
lihat tuh FPS-nya berapa tuh.
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Pagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions.
My focus really going anywhere, everywhere except the story.
Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this majestic holy city?
If we eliminate death, then there's no need for us to fear that flame reaver, right? Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful old world, where are you now?
After the destruction of the three titans of calamity, the flame chase journey will have to end.
This is bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. However, dear citizens, we are truly fortunate and blessed. For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos.
What?
Nani?
With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castorus brings back will be personally managed by the Council of Elders. Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly, we shall spare no effort in ensuring that the Era Chrysia will return to our world once again.
Kayaknya aku bakal ganti subtitle ke Indonesia deh sampai sini.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By Kefali and Talentina, Akama has chosen
Ini desainnya sangat
destiny.
itu ya, sangat
The issue up for discussion at this citizen's
Penanconian.
assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the flame chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the Wall of Heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
Yuhu, yuhu, yeah.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya. What has caused your heart to soften?
Masinis,
You also don't
masinis.
seem to be as quick-witted as
Ugly,
before.
ugly. What has caused your heart to soften? You also don't seem to be as quick-witted as before.
Wag your tongue as much as you like.
Whack.
Since the flame chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy, our failure has never been on the cards.
Well then, I guess we'll find out if that's true at the Citizens' Assembly.
Ligus announces the conclusion of the debate and the attendees part ways. Oh, what's going on, Castoris? Castoris? Oh, what happened? Texto. Bahasa. Bab baru bisa dibaca. Nggak mau. Woi.
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your
Traitors.
partnership with him.
I'm sorry.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
Nah, not interested,
In
bruh.
that case, please tell us as much as you can.
No, I just want the result. I just want the rewards. Yeah.
In actuality, he showed me a past that was both long and heavy.
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important.
Same.
What truly matters is, I over...
Oh no, not again.
Have you heard of this tale before?
No.
A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the wisdom of its ruling queen. Until one day, an evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough to blot out the sun, while its claws were sharp enough to rip the waves apart. It barged into the tall tower and devoured the queen's beloved daughter. It even settled itself in her bedroom, like a tyrant king. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the queen slit open the dragon's belly, she realized that the princess had long since been digested, and all that was left of her was a pile of bones. It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived
Simbol apa ya kaki
through
tiga
the
ya?
use of dragon bone and dragon blood. That liar called this process the secret art of alchemy. The princess was reborn! The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body. As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor queen, the glib liar, the courageous warriors, and all of the town's innocent civilians in a single Worse still, the souls of the deceased were refused entry to the Netherrealm because they were filled with regret. Forced to roam the mortal realm, these resentful souls ultimately converged into a river of souls that would not retreat for a long time. The terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter, our hometown fell into ruin as well.
Oh wait,
Until
I just realized that I'm gone into the void. You can't see me.
Until?
I'm back.
until actually,
Oh, my. It seems that you still like to whet people's appetites even after all this time, Pelixia. So, according to your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image. And yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As
Ntar
for what
audionya
it
kok kayak
is
gini
and
dah.
how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for
I think
now.
it's fine. I is fine. Mate. Aman sih. Bruh. Hold up. Where's my game? Nah.
Oh, my goodness. Is this cliffhanger really necessary?
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this splendid play, and the truth will naturally reveal itself.
Dragon, huh? I've heard this legend before.
in that case, what do you think of it?
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future
Kok
generations.
aku bisa melihat resemblance
After all,
of
you've never heard of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
Low? Kok aku bisa lihat resemblance? Ya pokoknya ada bukan gambar sih. Of siapa
Before I
sih
left
yang
home to
mati
pursue
tuh?
my education,
Castoris,
I
ini kayak
never even knew
Castoris
that anybody was looking
Polixia
into this
nih.
area of study.
Ya, semua karakter kayaknya sama aja sih, cuma ya whatever.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told to young children.
A fable, you say? If so, what moral is it trying to impart to the kids?
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange?
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like honor the dead. What? At a loss for words?
No, I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle. If life is priceless, then there is hardly anything else in this world that is of equal weight to it, right?
Indeed. As expected of the wisest scholar in the land.
You flatter me. Why don't I ask you a question as well, as a form of equivalent exchange?
Of course. What is your question?
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
What?
Nani?
What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me. Yes,
Oh,
death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation. After all, you, me, and the rest will all have to face that fateful moment eventually. My time is finally here.
Ini memang audionya kayak gini atau gimana sih?
However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable value of life,
You can see me.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such a cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
The hell?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price. Our trial can only be completed when the chosen sacrifices her life. I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for this exact purpose.
Di antara aku dan kakakku ada salah seorang yang harus membayar. Oh.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death. What should we do? If I'm ultimately...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
Ini lagi Chaos itu siapa coba?
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar. But these three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Oh, ini headsetku yang rusak anjir. Kocak. Pantesan.
Amphorius's history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself? I have long held 3 hypotheses about this. However, let's continue watching for now.
Suaraku gedean ya? Iya. Ya, dari tadi ngetes setup hilang dong. Rusak dong. Whatever.
Calypso, Polixia, and this warrior. I seem to have met him somewhere before.
Regarding this matter, Nias, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
Looks like you have made up your mind.
Yes, this is the safest course of action.
Completely separating courage, honor,
Jangan ada puzzle lagi,
tenacity,
malas banget.
sacrifice, and reason. You really know how to make things difficult.
Please, young lady, witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso, you shall host the soul-rending ceremony.
I do not understand. Why would you dare to sacrifice yourself for a future that you won't get to witness?
Because this is our destiny. The power that resides within me is so intense that I will one day be engulfed by it.
Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. A journey I began long ago. If your sister or Kaos were in my position, I believe they would make the same choice as well.
I'm not that brave. I don't know how I'm supposed to face such a serious affair.
Despite being Death's chosen one, it seems you still don't know how to face it. Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hastily. Since there's still time, I'm not worried about letting fate wait a little longer.
Of course. This warrior is Lord Anias. As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes,
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they attained their divinity. If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
But before that, we first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord
What?
Anias.
What happened? What happened?
I can't quite follow up that story.
Please bear with me or just whatever.
Nikador's courage is a testament that they have never once retreated from a battle.
I've heard that these words are still engraved in Castrum Kremnos even today.
Semoga tidak ada quest, puzzle.
Honor, courage, tenacity,
Ini mah benerin
sacrifice.
And finally,
Cheer up, young lady. There is
all farewells in this world.
no, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace. I did not know until this moment that mortals could live their lives in such a way.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so...
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain I am just enjoying what remains.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken together, not only have I changed the world, I myself have also changed in the process. And now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written, how could I not revel in that fact?
But when you depart the mortal realm, won't all of your accomplishments be reduced to nothing? Separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconciling this...
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young lady. The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. I felt as though I was still on the battlefield, and the person who had returned was nothing but an empty shell. It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. On the way back, I encountered someone.
Andaikan ada game yang ada fitur yang memiliki fitur double subtitles gitu ya. Jadi ada Inggris, ada subtitle lainnya juga. Jadi kita bisa latihan listening dan juga memperkaya vocabulary ya. Dan lagi coba aja kalau pokoknya andaikan ada game yang menyediakan subtitle Pinyin, atau mungkin ada ya selama ini ya, cuma aku aja yang nggak tahu. Jadi buat yang baru belajar Cina atau bahasa-bahasa lain yang aksaranya tuh tidak aksara Latin, itu ada romajinya gitu. Kalau Jepang romaji, kalau Cina pinyin ya nggak sih? Pokoknya gitulah.
It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell, I wasn't angry in the slightest. And maybe because I saw myself in him, I inexplicably asked him a question. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
How does someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living, afford the same amount of bliss? Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
So true.
That's exactly what life is, and death is, but a scale to measure how valuable the journey was. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate. Instead, willingly and respectfully embrace it.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment eventually arrives, it is time for me to knock on death's door.
Knock knock.
I will set up a long table at the end of the road. When that moment finally comes, let us drink and be merry then.
Let us drink and being what?
I knew this day would eventually come.
Are the both of you ready?
Mm-hmm. Elixia.
The hell?
I'm here. What?
Kakaknya kah?
This
is quite interesting indeed.
Is this Elixia's sister? Is it me?
Kenapa kamu tidak notice, Bang? Aku aja udah notice. Kalau mirip sih.
Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises. Are you afraid?
Dia kayak itu nggak sih? Yang di nggak sih, nggak jadi. Lupa.
What are you afraid of?
Sekilas mengingatkanku pada apa yang awal-awalnya Genshin itu loh. God of Time. Apakah itu God of Time?
That I won't be able to do
Oh, kayaknya
it.
enggak deh. Cuma teori. Oh, enggak, bro. Berarti itu siapa sih Fatui yang mati pertama kali? Yalah, yang SS tuh.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be
Apa Polia
reborn
ya?
with the dead flame.
Kamu akan layu dan darinya mereka yang mati. Ini kayak itu kayak terjemahan kitab. Kocak.
As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends, we must face our fated moment head on.
Kenapa kok masih tanda tanya? Kok nggak jadi Castoris? Berarti bukan Castoris. Amin masih ada yang tersembunyi.
Even if it was prophesied, do we have no say in the matter? It's so unfair. Why are... Let me do it, sister. Let me be death sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. You're different. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
Why? What happened?
I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the journey I took, I discovered that flowers had long since bloomed along the path I walked.
Jadi dia mati. Misalkan orang ini mati, orang tanda tanya ini mati.
It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of
Terus
flowers.
orang yang sakit ini
One that is more beautiful than the promised land at the end
lanjut
of the
hidup
world.
gantiin si orang ini. Dia kan buta dia buta gak sih?
Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead, they'll
Kayaknya iya
forever
deh.
live on as memories inside your head. Will they not?
Nah, aku gak baca ini BTW. Aku cuma berteori ya. Gimana kalau ini kan gak pernah melihat kan, gak pernah melihat wujudnya gimana. Kecuali dia buta di tengah jalan sih. Jadi dia gak pernah tahu fisik orang ini, fisik kakaknya dia gak. Wait, I don't know man. No, it's not true.
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you? Well then, tell me.
Tadi aku mikirnya kayak bertukar nyawa gitu. Tadi kan harus salah satu yang berkorban. Nah, satu berkorban tuh si kakaknya ini. Tapi fisiknya dia yang hilang kan harusnya tetap pakai fisik yang buta itu. Unless something else
What
happen.
exactly are we?
Kita itu apa? Kita sebenarnya apa? Friendzone. Digantung bang.
I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how we're shaped by others, or even by this world, ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is why I will always, always be by your side. We're twins, after all.
Oh, don't die.
All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death. After that,
Use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
Plant. Gimana? Kan jantungnya jadi bara api kematian, kemudian digunakan untuk menanam benih, terutama di dunia baru yang diramalkan. Oh, jantungnya jadi beliau kah?
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Death is inevitable. If such a mighty power really existed, I think, even now, my answer remains the same. If such a mighty power, this is why, sister, I promise you, in the prophesied new world, I shall plant the first bud on your behalf.
Ternyata enggak. It's not that complex, I guess.
Return to the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown. I shall open wide the entrance to the nether realm and grant you a second life. The living beings on this earth shall respond to my call and lead you to the sacred daylight. Remember, do not look back on the land of the dead, and do not stop moving. In the new world promised by the prophecy, march toward your new life. As for the price of our equivalent exchange, let me be the one to pay it.
What the hell? Tukar-tukaran.
Everybody, we've come to the end. Unfortunately, I am not compatible with the Supreme Being, so I was unable to completely fuse their soul into my own body. However, being able to glean all this from them is exciting enough. I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of heroes roamed the land. These heroes followed a prophecy and took possession of divine authorities one by one, until they eventually became the pantheon of the new world. Just like the flame chase journey of today, Amphorius's history is cyclical in nature.
What a startling revelation. This means that the demigods, who bear the core flames, will also become the new Titans at the world's end, thereby shaping a new world?
I believe that this is the truth behind the Era Nova as mentioned in the prophecy.
Yeah. Benar-benar bla bla bla. Jadi para setengah dewa yang benar membawa benih api juga akan menjadi titan baru di akhir dunia. Lalu membentuk dunia yang baru. What?
This is utterly unbelievable. Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really are Thanatos, their whereabouts are still unknown even today.
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town, the birthplace of alchemy in the tale of the dragon? In our world, there exists a city which perfectly matches that description.
But the people there worship Vagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos. I have also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia.
Take this.
This is...
This.
The Nusporist masterpiece, the Philosopher's Stone. It was made by transmuting all of the sages' wisdom into a single entity, with their flesh and blood as its foundation. Remember? I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion, tempering, and ascension. This process also applies to the pursuit of truth. Think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the Netherrealm and discover that...
You still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
Simple. I shall merely admit to the entire world that my experiment was a failure. However, my line of thinking will not fail because I have already planted the seeds of doubt into the hearts of the masses. Actions speak louder than words, Castoris. With the assembly about to begin, don't forget the promise you've made.
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time. But before I leave, I have another question. What exactly did we witness just now?
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step. Go.
I understand.
Hey, child of human...
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posed to me.
Don't get apa tadi? Etsy? What?
As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions. Let's discuss this topic again when she manages to find...
I merely wanted to ask, was that stone transmuted from your heart?
What stone? Which stone? Ah, stone yang itu tadi.
If so, rebirth is no longer an option for you.
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost my faith. A while back, although you saved my life, I also lost my soul in the... Now I'm merely forsaking my body. What's the big deal?
Why are you always finding ways to die? Isn't it good to be alive?
This is but a necessary sacrifice on my path to transform into the purest of them all.
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them all? Furthermore, if your hypothesis is proven correct, does it not just confirm that the myths are true?
No, it's just the opposite. It means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this absurd world that you all have created.
That's a lot to take in at once.
Lady Aglaia, please.
Go.
You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Cainus desire to gain the power to control that core flame in the approaching Citizens' Assembly.
What? Sebenarnya niatnya mau reveal pelan-pelan, tapi ternyata langsung kelihatan. Bejir, ya udahlah. Nova Era, oke. Kenapa kamu dan Cak Enis ingin mendapatkan kekuatan untuk mengendalikan benih api itu? Bla 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 bla.
Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Cainus. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, hoping thus to eradicate death from this world. If they're successful, then the flame chase journey will cease. But I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be eradicated. Even with Lord Mighty on the front line, and the Black Tide not posing an immediate risk,
the danger nevertheless remains. Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision. But someone must bring the core flame before we can begin negotiations over it. The Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by. Besides, someone has to make this trip to bring back Mrs. Soul.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who has weaponized your wishes and placed us in this difficult situation. A world without death. Do you desire that too?
Halo. Ya, aku nggak punya mulut. Aku belum bikin. Haha. Ay, nge-lag.
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours, I will do all I can to resist it and protect what I aspire to achieve. Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all talk of what follows is moot.
Tuan Medi menunjukkan bahwa tanpa mengambil langkah pertama tidak ada godaan membicarakan. Gak ngomong apa pada aku.
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And I am glad to have heard your true thoughts. Styxia. I visited that place in the past. Though it is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, it's not hard to see its former splendor. Go. I will not stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has cheated death. I believe you have more than enough reason to make the trip with Castris and meet the god of death himself.
Yeah. Not only that I meet him, but I become one.
Castris, I too look forward to your journey. I wonder what kinds of new interpretations your completed story will bring to the Flame Chase journey.
Thank you, Lady Aglaia.
Aglaia?
I hate to put a damper on this heartwarming moment, but if Styxia is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, then how do we find a way in? Lady Treby is probably...
The answer is quite simple.
Inya is live.
In the myths, Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, they could enter and leave the nether realm as they pleased. And if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod who inherited their divinity must be capable of the same. I'll see you at Marmorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow. Cypher shall be your guide to finding that ancient city.
Saya perlu ke kamar mandi habis ini. Memori tanpa nama. Bentar. Salah pencet. What is this? $146. Bentar ya. Awi. Ini sekalian kenalan kenalan dikit kali ya. Sini bagus sekali. Mari kita berkenalan. Nggak kenalan sih sebenarnya, udah kenal. Hide karakter bisa gak? Nice. Kucing. Bagus deh, aku mau foto sama kucing. Halo. Wait. Halo. Jadi ya ini modelku untuk nggak sementara sih. Ya. Maksudnya untuk saat ini masih banyak hal yang perlu dilakukan. Majornya sih nambahin mulut ya. Cuma aku masih belum kepikiran gimana stylenya, dan aku juga belum bikin tracking mulutnya dan ya mekanismenya. Terus itu yang major, ada lagi major juga, coba maksudnya yang opsional lah. Kalau yang mulut itu juga masa nggak ada mulut sih, sebenarnya juga nggak apa-apa sih ya, we'll see lah. Terus ini kan mataku kan nggak bisa lebih besar nih. Ntar aku bingung mau ngomong apa. Ini kan mataku kan kayak nggak bisa excited gitu ya, nggak bisa kayak ini sebenarnya surprise nih, surprise ekspresinya. Nah, rencananya kalau aku nggak terlalu males dan kalau aku ada ide how to-nya, aku bakal bikin gimana caranya untuk bisa ngedetect atau recognize kalau wajahku itu surprise gitu. Terus kalau iya, pupil not pupil, irisnya mengecil, matanya membesar, dan udah itu aja sih. Pakai alis gak ya? Kayaknya gak usah deh. Oke, udah mulut itu sama itu sih. Yang ini nih, shards yang 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Ya 7 shards kecil-kecil itu kan ini kan diam kan ya. Diam nggak ngikutin sebenarnya. Ya pokoknya diam dan nurut sama pergerakan si bolanya, pergerakan kepalaku. Nah, rencananya aku pengen selain dia ngikutin, dia juga kayak gimana, menjauh dan mendekat gitu, kayak idlingnya gitulah. Jadi nggak kayak gabut banget gini, diam doang. Ya itu rencana kedua, cuma aku masih bingung gimana caranya. Udah kepikiran sih kasarannya gimana, cuma bakalan kayaknya bakalan kompleks deh hitung-hitungannya. Ini aja, nah aku kedip nih, kan matanya satu telat ya, kayak yang kanan dulu. Ini kanan atau kiri sih? Ya pokoknya yang kiri dulu ya kalau di layar ya. Yang kiri dulu baru yang kanan. Nggak tahu itu salah apa. Tapi emang di programnya tuh dia emang ngerender yang kiri dulu baru ngerender yang kanan. Dan di antara dua render itu terjadi ada hitung-hitungan gitu lah. Dan ada if else gitu, ada pengecekan. Jadi kayak makanya mungkin di situ ada delay. Tapi apa setidak efektif itu ya, sampai kerasa loh delaynya. Whatever. Yang penting ada yang bisa dilihat lah ya. Wah, ya itu ya. Terus PR selanjutnya ya tinggal itu sih, nambahin pose-pose yang lain. Jadi misalkan ini kan Sarsnya kan mekar semua nih. Jadi mungkin aduh kegeser. Jadi mungkin kayak kegeser lagi, maaf. Jadi mungkin nanti bisa kayak Sarsnya baris di bawah gitu, baris di bawah semua. Jadi kayak ibaratnya tangan gitu, tangannya apa ya? Bersikap sopan, bukan sopan sih. Ya gitulah pokoknya. Yang biasanya dulu tuh kalau SD mau pulang atau waktu masuk ngasih salam ke guru tuh kayak harus, ya gitulah. Aku lupa sih, cuma seingatku ada kayak gitu deh. Duduk apa ya namanya ya? Lama nggak sekolah cuy. Oke, udah kenalannya. Kita lanjut. Bam.
Hey, friend! Is the debate finally over? Did you win?
Ya kita menang telak. Kita
What
memenangkan.
a glorious defeat! You sure know how to look on the bright side.
Oh no, she speak fully?
Well, moving on. I was hard at
udah
work
dari
even while
kemarin
you
ya?
were at the
Nggak
debate.
tahu lah.
I borrowed a mountain of books from Cass to see if I could find a way to solve your problem. Let's see. I still have...
Kalau storynya kayak tadi yang kayak serius banget tuh kayaknya aku langsung disconnect ya. Kalau ini langsung kayak meskipun masih nggak paham sih, cuma seenggaknya enjoyable lah melihat meme yang cute. Aku pinjam banyak buku dari Cass untuk mencari solusi dari masalahmu.
Only 32 books to go. Really?
Nani?
Oh, that's fantastic news. I knew it. Hard work always pays off. Especially if you're as diligent as Map.
What do you mean? I don't need
I feel like
don't
a
need
huge burden
kerajinan.
has finally been lifted off my shoulders. Why are my eyes... Oh, you're right. Then I'll go back to...
Ekspresinya tuh loh, tolol banget. I like it. Just please.
Cass? What a surprise.
Odoroita. Enggak
Lady
sih.
Treeby. Is something troubling you? No matter how breathtakingly beautiful Styxia once was, the place is now the domain of the departed. I don't... Has anyone told you that your eyes are sparkling today? Is that a figure of speech? In the past, when you did smile once in a while, all of us could see that your heart remained troubled, even... Lady Treeby, you know perfectly well that see you tomorrow is nothing but a white lie. I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart. Cass, you hardly ever talked of your past. None of us knows what you went through, apart from Maggie. But we know it must have been filled with pain and hardships, as it is the fate every Chrysosaur is destined to live out. We are just happy for you that the core flame you're meant to inherit has finally surfaced. Isn't it a little too soon to say that?
Apa maksudnya?
But you already know where tomorrow is. There's no need to rely on anyone else. Just give it your all and leave no regrets. We have always believed because we embrace others to comfort them. And Cass, you're the kindest Chrysosaur we know.
Thank you, Lady Treby. This feeling... it's hard to put into words. I suddenly found myself with so many wishes. So much I want to accomplish.
Then go do it, Cass. Trian was actually working on a surprise gift for you. It's a pity she didn't get to finish it. But now Trinan and I are working on it, and we'll make sure to give it to you. So, let's meet back here when you return from Styxia. Safe travels. See you.
Knock knock, who's there? Danang.
It's me.
Ah. You, traitor.
I hope I didn't wake you. I'm glad to see you're as full of life as ever. I'm here because of private matters, actually. If it isn't too much to ask, I'd really like it if you could come along with me to retrieve something.
Ngantuk nih bang.
Is your soul...
Goodbye, Cass.
But I can still sense your soul here. Sorry. I didn't realize it was a joke. It isn't a long way from here. Shall we?
Anjay, ngedate sama Castoris.
I'd love to go in and take a look.
What the? Why?
Have you heard? Seems like all...
Fine, I'm gonna match your freak, bruh. Let's add extra turn. What the hell? Again?
The streets are packed.
I want to vote! Tell me how I can vote!
Take your ceramic shard engraved with the Kefali rune. Select the Council of Elders in your heart and pray silently until the shard registers your choice. Then toss it into the doldrum.
The Council of Elders? More like the Council of Buffoons? The Black Tides took my hometown long ago! Who are they kidding with bringing back Eracrysia? It's all a sham to create their own Eracrysia in Akama!
The Titans are just. So long as we do not overstep our bounds again, we will not incur divine wrath.
Just as like in just hanya. Itu juga berarti adil. For justice. I know justice keadilan, tapi nggak tahu kalau just itu adil. Nice. Itu kalau nggak salah dengar ya.
Oh, please. The time when these deranged titans should have vacated their spot to the demigods is long overdue. You'll see soon enough, you old fogey.
And I pray that Talanton smacks some sense into you with their scales. We shall see how this turns.
That was... quite a spectacle.
Saya suka drama.
You're interested in that? Well, you'll feel right at home in Akama then.
As long as I'm with you, Cass.
To this day, I still find it almost unreal that Akama is the only place illuminated by light amidst the crumbling ruins of Amphorius. And its people are even holding votes to reconcile differing opinions. This peaceful sight is making me forget that this is the end times.
Kamu bingung ya? Sama aku
Before
juga.
coming here, I had lived for many years in Idonia, a city of rime and frost. The people there were devotees of Thanatos, and were well known for their unique
Wajahnya gitu
burial
banget, Bang.
rites and Traditions that I played a major role in. Yes. You now know me as the Mortician of Hakama. But back in